Turning this off right here. Good morning, Patriots. How are you today? It's Mike Cook coming to you live from Central Missouri. I hope you're hearing this okay. I forgot to check my mic. Just look at it here real quick. Forgot to check. Okay, it looks like we're getting signals. That's good. So as you're coming on, say hi where you're watching from. Please share my videos. If you share them, it kind of helps defeat the algorithms that are crushing me on Facebook and the YouTubes. If you're watching on the YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the bell. If you're watching on the Facebooks, hit the follow button, and the like, and the share, and the comment where you're watching from. Tag your friends, whatever. Today is definitely Monday. Normally I get in the office early and I sit down, I do some research, and get all kinds of stuff laid out for you. Today wasn't that day. I hope you guys got a nice steaming hot cup of coffee. I get to first thing, my battery was dead. It's like, I don't know, single digits cold outside. The battery on my truck was dead. So go figure that. I have a really high dollar jump box at my car lot, but it was at my car lot. So I jumped my son's truck, drive down, get that, come back, get the truck going, got it going, got down here. We'll get a new battery in it today. Come to find out, as I was trying to make my coffee, the water pipes were frozen down at the shop. So this is my day. Southern California, somebody says they're calling, South Carolina, somebody said. Southern California, that's where I grew up. And I don't miss the mild winters. But I digress. I get to live in God's country where we're free to protect ourselves if need be, where we're free to think the way we want to think. So I'll put up with a few weeks of cold because you know what? Every day is closer to spring. So how was your weekend? I hope it was well. If you're a football fan, I know a lot of people are kind of getting away from that. But if you're a football fan and you love Tampa Bay, well, you guys stomped all over the Chiefs. And the refs helped a little, but the Chiefs didn't do themselves any favor. Good morning I'm having. I need that good cup of coffee right there. So people have been messaging me, blowing up my phone all weekend. Wasn't something supposed to happen around the Super Bowl or in the Super Bowl or before? Were we supposed to get some kind of message and all this stuff? I don't know. I'm going to tell you right now. I have no idea. That's why you never heard me mention all that. Oh, sure, I see them and people are, this person's sharing that and this person's sharing that and this person's, I get 65 messages a minute with some video of some guy like me on there prognosticating that on this date, that's going to happen. Let me tell you something nobody knows. I'm not sure the people in charge know. I'm not even sure who's in charge right now. I mean, I don't know. I don't have any idea what's coming. I know that, the president, when they announced him there at the Super Bowl, he got booed by the people in the stands. And the media, they can't figure out why. Why is the president getting booed? The president, the faux president, the president of this flag, the People's Republic of America, the one that's been bought and paid for by China, that president, he got booed. And people are like, well, why did he get booed? I mean, everybody loves Joe. He's a great guy. Well, maybe you and your little bubble there in D.C. and New York in the media. But the rest of this world look at this guy going, how in the world, what is going on? And we feel like this was all stolen from us. Somebody in the comments mentioning the Time Magazine article that came out talking about how they fortified the election over the weekend. And it laid out in great detail how they made sure that Joe Biden won over Donald Trump. They fortified the election. They didn't steal the election. So, yeah, that makes sense. It talked about how it all, this group of elitists and tech guys and government officials and never Trumpers in the Republican Party got together and worked together to fortify. So that's their word. I thought it was based upon the votes of the American people. I thought the American people had a choice in who became their president. But I guess not anymore, because these people are supposed to select our president for us, because we can't have some interloper coming in and messing up the game. The game is being played against the American people. But I think the American people are starting to, I think the American people are starting to wake up. I think they're starting to realize that the game is being played, and the game is, it's kind of like all the calls, whenever a call is made, goes in favor of one group, but not another. You got people like Jim Clapper and James Comey, and you got people like, people like Hillary Clinton, people like Hunter, who come out with this laptop which probably could be kiddie porn on it. They don't get charged with anything. I mean, Hillary Clinton lied to the FBI. She broke the law by having 30,000 emails on a server. I mean, these are facts. We all know this happened. But bad girl, bad. Shame on you. And what, did I wipe it off with a cloth? What do you mean? What do you mean clean the hard drive? Oh, and what difference at this point does it make anyways? And nothing happens. Nothing happens. But if you're a E2, E3, E4 in the Navy, and you take a picture on a ship of your selfie of yourself so you can send it to your mama so she can be proud of you, they slam you down and throw the book at you and lock you away because that's classified information. Yeah, but having classified emails on a private server, unsecured, off the record, is also illegal. In fact, it's a lot more. Yeah, but that's okay, because that's Hillary Clinton, and she's smart and powerful. And, Nancy Pelosi can buy $1.5 million worth of Tesla stock today before they sign the faux president signs an executive order demanding that all vehicles in the government be electric. I wonder when they're going to put windmills and solar panels on Air Force One. That I'd like to see. And some people are saying they think we're stupid. Yeah, they do. They're much smarter than you. We're just a bunch of plebes out here in the Midwest. We don't know nothing. We just out here with our guns and our Bibles clinging to our stupid, antiquated religion, all that Jesus stuff. Well, we're much more enlightened. We worship Satan. I mean, we're much more enlightened. We're smart and educated. We went to Harvard, Yale, all them schools. Yeah, so did AOC. She's got an economics degree. How's that working out for you? It is a Monday morning to me right now. I'm in a lousy mood because, as I said earlier, my truck didn't start. My pipes are frozen. Everything just seems to be out of place, out of sorts. People are, you're upset because Chiefs lost. Nah, I'm not. I'd be upset if the Chiefs had played well and they lost, but they phoned it in. Seemed to me, anyway. I mean, you can only hit the guy in the hand so many times with the football. But I digress. See, because then you know what happens in August? They start playing again, unless it's banned and outlawed. But it's definitely Monday morning. Things definitely are not working out the way I wanted it to this Monday morning. But you know what? I still got my big boy pants on. I still came down to work, even though schools are all closed around here because it might have got a little cold. And our little kitties, toesies and nosies, might have got a little cold this morning. But that's okay. I'm not in control of any of that. I don't get to make those decisions. All I can control is me. So I got up to work, went to work, got set up. Said, am I going to make it going live today? I don't have anything set up. I don't have any slides put in. I don't have any videos. But that's okay. I'm sure I'll have tons to talk about tomorrow because they're going to start this Senate hearing to remove the president who's already removed. How do you remove a president that's already removed? Who's no longer in office, a private citizen? I know. They're going to ban him from golf for life. I don't know, just that this doesn't seem right. Does it seem right to you? Do you guys think that maybe something's kind of screwy there? I know we've talked about this before, but as I flip on the news, they're all, "Oh, we're going to get this president." Well, he's not president. Oh, yeah. I mean, we're going to make sure he can't run again. What difference does it make? You have Dominion and Smartmatic, and you can just pick who you want. I mean, if nothing changes, if God doesn't intervene in the next 3 years and so many days, when the next presidential election comes around, Kamala Harris will win re-election by 90% of the votes in all 50 states, because, and it'll be great because they'll have these Dominion Smartmatic voting apps right here. And all you got to do is you got to log in. Of course, you can use your biometrics, your little fingerprint thing, and you log in and you vote Kamala Harris. Yay! Just like that. And even if you don't vote for Kamala Harris, you'll still vote for Kamala Harris. Just like, they're so efficient. They're so efficient. It's just like in these other countries where they get 90 to 100% or 110 or 130% turnout, and everybody votes for the guy, the one guy that's running. Everybody votes for them. It'll be just like that. We won't have to worry about all this stress and all these advertising, all this money spent on elections. It'll be beautiful. It'll be a beautiful thing. And Kamala Harris will get reelected as president of the United States. Yes, I did say Kamala Harris, because 2 years and a day into this, they're going to dump the guy, the faux president that's there now. Why 2 years and a day, you say? They will weekend and Bernie's this guy to keep him in for 2 years and a day. Because 2 years and a day, Kamala Harris can run 2 more times, according to the corporate constitution. But then again, over the weekend, that video I talked about 2 or 3 videos ago with Trey Smith, where he was breaking down Kim Clement's prophecy. Now, I'm not really up on the Q stuff. I follow it, pay attention to it. Kind of got a little sidetracked with that earlier this year, and they start prognosticating dates and times, and it's going to happen this weekend. It's going to happen next weekend. It's going to happen tomorrow. They're going to send out this. There's the exoder. There's the end of the corporation. There's all this stuff. And I thought, I don't know. But what I do trust is God. I do believe Kim Clement was his prophet. I do believe that, he had a prophecy that predicted Donald Trump would be president well before anybody ever thought that he was going to run. And then he predicted impeach. And then he predicted impeach again. Here we are. Then they predicted that Donald Trump, he predicted that his David, and if his David is Donald Trump, he was going to be set aside. Said that he wouldn't be saying anything. Wow, that's really blowing my mind. Now, there's more to come after that in that particular prophecy. But what does that mean? I don't have any idea. But I guarantee when we happen, we'll figure it out. We'll be like, wow, that was it right there. So, over the weekend, there's a part in that prophecy. It goes, the second impeachment. It talks about impeach. It talks about a country that is itching for a new kind of war. Yeah. I think we know what that is. That's this right there. That's these guys. Yeah. Anyways, then it's impeach again. The president set aside. And then it talks about a Snowden rising, which I think is a leaker, but it could be something else. I mean, my wife was doing some research and found a volcano named Snowden. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't have any idea. Like I said, I don't know, but when it happens, we'll know. But right after that, he says, they say we will have no protection. That has really bothered me, that no protection. That's a weird choice of words. What does no protection mean? They said there will be much fear, and they'll say we have no protection. So, I don't know. What does that mean? So I was watching an interview with Mark Taylor over the weekend. And he was talking about this corporate stuff, and I don't know all the details on that, and I'm not going to get into it. I'm sure you guys know more than me. But you know what I'm talking about, corporate USA and all that. He says they're panicking in D.C. because the corporation is gone and they have no protection. No protection? Where have I heard that before? No protection? And I got to think about it. What is a corporation? You know, I have my business is an LLC, which is a limited liability company. What's a corporation? A corporation, an organization of men. Why? To protect that organization of men from liabilities. No protection. See, this faux corporation that's existed for a long period of time. So you guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to explain it. Plus, you know, I'm trying to, you know, weasel my way through the algorithms here and stay on the medias. But so no protection. So corporations protect organizations of people. You see, they say, tax the rich, tax the corporations. Well, first of all, the rich and the corporations don't pay taxes. People pay taxes. Somewhere, somebody's got to pay that tax. A corporation is just an organization of people. Like when my business was a partnership, we were a limited liability company, which is a type of, it's not really a corporate tax. Anyways, and that was set up to protect the people, me and my partner, from each other and from things from the business that separate us as entities. That's the way that's designed. So a corporation is a legal form of protection. So Kim Clement says we will have no protection. We have no protection. And Mark Taylor says if the corporation's gone, they have no protection. Huh. That's supposed to all take place before springtime. And I'm ready for springtime. It's freaking cold. It's colder than a cast iron commode on a shady side of an iceberg. It's cold. So I found that really interesting. So I went back and watched it, and then I rerun that and watched it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I was like, well, that's pretty wild. Hadn't really considered that. That phraseology was kind of weird to me. But you know, there's more. It says that in the springtime, we will have joy. That's good. But it also says right after that, am I impressed with your weapons of war? Am I impressed with your men's legs? That's a weird statement. Your men's legs? What is that all about? I don't, but you know, I've disregarded some of this stuff. I kind of combined it all together. I'm not doing that anymore. Nope. He says, I am not impressed with your weapons of war. There's a reason he says that. Spring, then summer. It says a weird summer. It says, watch July. And then the fall. People will fall in the fall. Could it be this year, next year? Was it last year? I don't think it was last year. I don't think it fits. I don't know. Again, I don't know. But when it happens, we'll be able to look back and say, well, look at, there it is. I don't know. But I found that very interesting over the weekend. It just kind of rang a ding, 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 ding in my head. You know, like, wow, that's pretty wild. That's pretty interesting. I'm thinking that a whole lot of stuff's going to happen this week just because of these hearings and this trial that they're going to have. You know, I'm hoping that they just lay the whole case out. Whether they do or don't, I don't know. I'm not on this. You know, what are they going to do to him, right? They can't remove him. They could call him bad names. I guess they could say, you can never run for office again. That's going to, look, the Democrat Party's toast, the lowest ratings in history. The Republicans Party is toast. They're like, we got to get rid of all them mega people. Yeah, there'll be like 10 of you left. And you're all politicians and bureaucrats in D.C. They're destroying themselves. The media is destroying themselves. Fox News got rid of Lou Dobbs. Fox Business got rid of Lou Dobbs over the weekend. The only thing they were playing was infomercials trying to sell silver coins for $50 a piece. But silver's not going up in price. No, silver's stagnant. Silver, I didn't even look today. Silver is stagnant. Why is silver stagnant? Why isn't silver going up? You can't buy coins. You can't find them anywhere. Oh, yeah, 27.75. Flat. It's completely flat. 27.75. Wow. So how come the futures market is 27.75, but they're selling the 1 ounce silver eagles on Fox Business infomercial for $50 a piece? Because people are willing to pay that. That's why capitalism, right? But wouldn't that be the price of silver if people are willing to pay that price? But no, future market is, I think maybe something's manipulated around here. And what about all these stocks? Oh, you can't trade those stocks. No, you can't do rules for us, but not for thee. Yes, rules for me, not for thee. So all animals are equal. Just some are more equal than others. Yes. So we're kind of seeing where the financial markets and the politicians and the media, they're all kind of working together to squash this thing. We can't have that. I wonder if the oil market's just as manipulated. Bet we'll find out. What do you think? It's kind of amazing how all this is all tied together. The Hollywood people, the media is all together on this. Now we find the financial markets all working together. We got all these bureaucrat deep state parasites up there kind of sucking on the tit of the big pork. We got them all kind of just working together. Because we're capitalism. No, that ain't capitalism, my friends. That has nothing to do with capitalism. That's cronyism. That's fascism. When government and industry intermingle, that's fascism. It's why Ferdinand Porsche made the Volkswagen at Hitler's direct. Made the bug. The People's Wagon. Fascism. Fascism's a little different than communism. Communism, they just outright take over all the businesses. Fascism, businesses just answer to their overlords. Kind of the same way that Zuckerberg and all them guys work directly with the politicians and the bureaucrats. That's fascism. We're anti-fascists. We want to smash all the buildings and destroy all the mom and pop businesses because we're anti-fascist. No, my friends, that's not fascist. That's anti-capitalist. You are the fascist. Fascist is as a fascist does. To paraphrase Forrest Gump. That's you. That's who you are. Here's another little thought. I can't find it anywhere. I have searched and searched and searched and searched for this. It was a History Channel documentary when the History Channel actually did History Channel documentaries instead of doing aliens. It was aliens. It was aliens. It was aliens and Pawn stars. Same thing. But back in the day when they actually did documentaries, I saw this thing about the history of the Nazi Party in America. Did you know Madison Square Garden in 1930 something or another, they had 30 or 40,000 Nazis at a rally? They did. They had the Seize Heils and the swastikas and the red and the armbands and the bust of Adolf Hitler. They were into it. Nazi Party of America. They had it all. Then this little thing came along, it was called World War II. Now, this was in this documentary. They had talked about how it formed and who the leadership was and all the different things that they did, But then this little thing came along called World War II. And Nazis kind of got a bad rap, after 6 million Jews and 5 million gypsies and Polish, just kind of, exterminated, trying to conquer the whole world, bombing the crap out of Russia and France and England and blowing the whole thing up. They kind of, people kind of like, Nazi bad, They did invent like rockets and jet airplanes and who knows what else that we stole from them, that we got all their scientists over here, built our space race. Just saying, just pointing that out. But anyways, they got a bad rap. So in the early 50s, the Nationalist Socialist Party of America, or Nazis, changed their name. Guess what their name was changed to? I've tried to find this. I swear I seen this in a documentary on the History Channel probably 15 years ago. Guess what they changed their name to? You'll ever guess. The American Progressive Party. That's right. Hillary Clinton. I am a progressive, an early 20th century progressive. Well, early 20th century progressive were Nazis. But now they're called progressives. What a name change was that? Because they're progressive. They want to progress. But where do they progress? They don't progress. They talk about a theory, an idea, an economic idea that's failed everywhere it's ever failed. Everywhere it's ever tried. Socialism, it's failed everywhere it's tried. Nowhere has ever succeeded with socialism. Because see, socialism, it subtracts the one very important ingredient, humans, in their economic plan. They take and they crunch the numbers and they say, if we just redistribute, if we take the $25 zillion that exists on the planet, just redistribute it to everybody, then everybody will be rich, everybody will be great. Except it takes out the human element. You see, because I may only have the ambition to be a used car dealer and a used tire shop, where you may have the ambition to have a fleet of online car distribution to sell millions of cars across the country delivered to people's doors. That may be your ambition. Or maybe you're like Elon Musk and want to conquer Mars. Or maybe your ambition is just to get a job, go to work, take care of your family, and have a boat on the weekend to go fishing crappie down at the Truman Lake, one of the best crappie lakes in the country. Maybe that's your ambition. You see, the difference is people are different. And see, your ambition might make you $40,000 a year. The next guy's ambition might make him $400,000 a year. The next guy's ambition might make $400 billion a year. But that's unfair. We got to redistribute all that. It's not fair that the guy that only wants to go to work is 8 hours a day at the plant and not have to be in charge of anything, just whatever button he has to push or whatever it is he does, and he's happy. Nothing wrong with that. He's productive. He's happy. He pays his bills. He takes care of his families. He sends his kids to college. It's great. But why should he get, because the other guy sacrificed and had an idea and put all his time and heart and worked 600 hours a week, day and night. I mean, just put it all in there, worked months and years without even taking a salary from it as part-time, as spare time. And then one day it hits and it has a initial public offering. The next thing you know, he's a billionaire. He should be punished. But that's where we are in this society. See, that socialism takes that human element out of it. It just looks at the numbers, cold, hard facts. And, if you're not producing, say, maybe you're a little challenged here, well, we're just going to put you aside because you're too expensive. Or maybe you've reached the end of your productive lifespan. Hashtag Logan's Run. Hashtag It's People. That's a separate movie. Maybe we should leave the human element in it. You see, the Constitution didn't promise you happiness. The Constitution didn't promise anything. The Declaration of Independence didn't promise you happiness. It was the pursuit of happiness. And then among these are the other things. You always got to leave out, they always leave out the among these. The among these is the most important part of that. But when you don't believe in God and God granted those, then they're never granted. You follow me? We need to, I don't know what it's going to take. I mean, we're at the precipice. They're about to take all that away. They don't believe that God granted our rights. They don't believe that there are any rights. And the Constitution is just a document to be manipulated or doesn't exist anymore because we sold it out in 1870 something or another. Think about that. Wouldn't it be great to go back to a Constitution that was designed by the Creator God? That you had inalienable rights that could not be infringed upon? That among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness? Among these includes other things where you could take and be industrialist with your time, and in your spare time, it's like, if you ever get down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and anybody on here from Fort Lauderdale, it's the intercoastal waterways and the beauty. I like visiting that place. It's pretty cool. Anyways, we took a little boat tour and they drove around. They told us about the big mansion where this guy's 80 years old. And in his spare time, in his basement of his house, he invented the delayed windshield wiper. And it made him a billionaire. When you want to go back to a time when you could be industrialists and keep the profit thereof, that what is yours and no one can take it. Wouldn't it be great to go back to that time? Wouldn't it be awesome to go back to a time when man was actually free? You see, freedom isn't about, let me change that. Let me change that word. Did you know that you could go to communist Chinese right now? You stand on a corner, and if you could speak Mandarin, or if you had an interpreter, and you could ask everybody that walks by, are you free? They would say yes. You can go into Iran right now, stand on a corner, and you'd have to, ladies would have to wear the garb and they probably wouldn't like me. But if you could, you stand on a corner, and you can ask people as they walk by, are you free? And they'd say, yes, we're free. You could go into North Korea and you could ask them, are you free? They say, yeah, we're free. You could go into Venezuela and ask them and they'd say, yeah, we're free. Well, Venezuela might not because they remember. You could go into communist Russia in the 1980s and ask any person walking down the street, are you free? And they'd say, yeah, we're free. But if you ask those people about liberty, in fact, if you ask the average American about liberty, they have no idea what that word means. No idea what that word means. Liberty. Liberty. Give me liberty or give me death. They didn't say give me free health care and a housing and a $15 an hour minimum wage or give me death. You see, liberty is a scary word. Liberty means it's up to you. Liberty means that if you don't go out and make a buck, and don't get something to eat, that's your problem, not mine, not government's. Liberty means that you are entitled to what you produce. You're entitled to keep it, squander it, preserve it, protect it. You're entitled to spend it on cocaine and hookers like Hunter. Of course, he stole most of his, but hey. Or you're entitled to build it into something that you can leave to your children's children's children. The Bible says that a good man leaves something to his children. But in our country today, if you're in my position like my parents, where they scraped by, got a couple of retirements, they're doing okay, but they're on the Medicaid system. So when they pass, Medicaid's going to take their house, take their retirement, take everything there is. Take it. There ain't going to be nothing left for us kids, which is fine. I mean, I've already accepted the fate. And if you have enough, if you're a farmer, like a friend of mine, and you've got several thousand acres of land, and you got equipments and leases and the planting season and everything that goes, the cost that goes into all that, and you die and you leave that to your kids, the government gets half of it, and they need it now, and the kids have to sell the farm to pay the taxes. That's not liberty. That's not freedom. That's servitude. You're a slave. You work your entire life to make something only to give it to the government so they can squander it. So they can give it to someone who didn't earn it. That's straight out of the Bible. You know that, right? Vanity, vanity, all is vanity. You work your entire life only to leave what you've earned to someone who didn't earn it. We're on the precipice of losing it all, if we haven't lost it all already. And people are like, oh, give me the football game. We're good. Oh, the refs cheated the Chiefs. It was terrible. Oh, the halftime show sucked. And I'm right there with you. It sucked. The music sucked. The lip syncing sucked. The performance sucked. The jock straps on the face sucked. It sucked. I get you. It all sucks. Bah. Bah. Get in line. Put your mask on. Get your shot. Shut up about it. You didn't see what you really saw. It didn't happen. There was no theft. They didn't steal it. They didn't steal the election. You didn't see that. We didn't stop it in the middle of the night. You didn't see that. You didn't see the counts change on the screen. The experts have all spoken. All spoken on high. And what you saw, you didn't see. And remember, Big Brother is watching. Or Big Government, or Big Sister, or whatever they're going to call it. Big Brother envisioned these picture tubes everywhere that were two-way, that they could monitor you, and they could, this was 1984, and you could get the messages that they want to send you, and they would tell you how to think, and then they hired people to go back through history and rewrite the history books so they were correct. What he didn't envision is that we'd all willingly carry ours around with us and say, oh, yeah, that's what it says. Yeah. It didn't happen. Why didn't it happen? Because they said it didn't happen. But I saw it with my own eyes. No, you didn't. You didn't see anything. You can't prove it. We have all the proof. Our experts agree. Consensus. There's consensus. And that's where we're at. Right now, we're on the precipice. We're about to lose it. It's about to fall off the cliff. However, God is still in control. If we lose it all, God is still in control. This life is but a vapor, a moment, and it's gone. Your children's children won't even remember you. You'll be a picture. Who is this? That was that crazy guy that talked on the YouTubes. What's YouTube? It'll be gone. Do you remember your great-grandparents? How about your great-great-grandparents? Well, I got on 23andMe and I saw pictures of them. Okay. Yeah. You just gave your DNA to the overlords, by the way, so they can put it into their supercomputer that they chase another rabbit. You want to hear a rabbit? This is a rabbit. Let's chase this rabbit. So Google overlords. That one right there. See? They're listening to us. Isn't it great?
According to Merriam-Webster, definition of overlord: 1. A lord over other lords, a lord paramount. 2a. An absolute or supreme ruler.
An absolute or supreme ruler. There you go. They're listening right now, and they're collecting that data. And then you send your stuff off to 23andMe, which is owned by the founder's wife. Oh, yeah. You send your, and they're driving around with the little cars with the cameras on it, digitizing everything they see, digitizing the whole surface of the planet, digitizing all the stars, digitizing all the books, all the literature that's ever been written. And they're putting it in a supercomputer because they believe that if they cram enough information into a supercomputer, it become what they call the singularity and become self-aware. Where have I seen that movie before? Doesn't sound like a good idea. They've already filed for a 501c3 religious exemption on the religious institution they're going to create to worship the singularity that will make all the decisions for us because it'll be so much smarter. It'll be grand. And just think about this with blockchain blockchain technology. The way I understand it, the way Bitcoin works is that it ties everybody's computers together and makes one giant planetary supercomputer. With the, I'm speaking above my pay grade here, but so you put that super AI that knows everything, and you tie that together with this planetary supercomputer. It's all tied together with all the computers are all tied together. Your phones are tied together. Everything's tied together. And oh, by the way, Elon Musk is putting geosynchronous satellites that'll be able to beam down Wi-Fi anywhere on the continental planet so they can track you anywhere to be great. And it's all tied together with this supercomputer that the G people make. It's super smart and we worship as a god and makes all our decisions for us. Won't that just be lovely? And Big Brother will be watching you everywhere you go, everything you do. But you didn't see it, and it didn't happen. I know you saw it with your eyes, but you didn't see it with your eyes, and it never really happened. So move along, put your mask on, get your shot, stand in line for your free food and your $1,500 an hour minimum wage or check that you get from the government or whatever you want to call it. That's where we're at. We're on the precipice of that. Or God can intervene. But either way, it doesn't matter. We're only here for a moment. The next thing you know, we're gone. And our children's children's children will never have known us or nor remember us. But eternity is an awfully long time. And I believe that there is a God and that he is supreme and that he gave us an opportunity through his son, Jesus Christ. It says that if anyone believes in me, that's what he says, he will give them eternal life. It says in Romans, I think it's 10, 9, and 10, if you believe in your heart, confess your mouth, the Lord Jesus God will raise him from the dead, you will be saved. That sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo to me. Well, did you believe the stuff I was just talking about the singularity and all that? That's a bunch of mumbo jumbo too. But you were all into that. I think God's going to intervene. I think something else is coming. Follow the next step. New stone arises. See what happens. See what happens this week. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun, exciting. How many of y'all excited to see what happens? Make sure you punch your ticket. Make sure you get right with your maker because you never know what tomorrow will bring. Our life could be forfeited tomorrow, and I'm ready to go. But until then, let's hang in and have a good time to see what happens, right? And of course, I will stand and fight if I have to. They won't cut my head off. I promise you that. They might have the dead body in the pile of brass. But I don't have any guns. I gave my guns up. Guns are bad. I gave all my guns away to charity. Or foundation I created. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Enough of my ramblings. I'm going to get off here. You guys have a great day. Share my videos. Share my videos. Share my videos. Share my video. Because Facebook is squashing me. I went from having 40,000 views to a couple thousand views. Why? Because Facebook's no longer organically spreading my message. And it's because, the main reason is because I put the BB guy, you know what I'm talking about, BB, I interviewed him. Yep. Got my name on the list. Doggone it. Anyways, you guys have a great day. And I'm going to go get to work. It's 9:22. About time to unlock the door. Got to go shovel some snow off the walkway. Someone slips and falls and sues me. You guys have a great day. Get ready. Get your coffee ready. Get your popcorn ready. I think this week's going to be interesting. These hearings, at least we get to watch Chuck Schumer and them make a fool of themselves, which will be entertaining all on its own. You guys have a great day. I'm out of here.